Well, hello friends all, wherever and whenever you find this video. I'm so very glad you're here. I appreciate that each of you have come here to my channel, my home, my sacred space, and you have come here for a reason. And I truly hope that you find something here that makes you feel special, seen, entertained, something that makes you want to come back. I would like you to think of this as a safe place for you to be, think, feel, even if you think, feel, be differently than you have before. I'm Olivia, and I appreciate again that you're here where the coffee is hot and you are loved. If you don't already have a nice beverage, a nice comfy beverage that you would like to share while we visit, please partake. I poured you a cup. If you'd like to pause the video and go get something else, please do. Today I wanted to do something a bit dramatic, so your card toppers are all different and very dramatic. Now, if you don't know what that means, that's okay. Just hang on. It's easy. This is easy. If you've never done a tarot, pick a card. Just follow along with the video. Take your time. You can pick your, well, let me just go ahead and start shuffling. This is known as Unintentional ASMR. That's why I have the jangle on my bracelets. That wasn't very impressive, was it? How's that? Okay. We're going to be using the Everyday Witch. No, that's the Modern Witch, not the Everyday. It's the Modern Witch Tarot. We're also going to use our Magical Times Empowerment cards. And what else? I think I'm going to have a little sip of coffee and then we'll get to shuffling. Shuffle, 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 baby. Again, like I said, these are our Modern Witch Tarot. They're gorgeous. As I shuffle, you'll get a glimpse. Okay, so we're going to just do little 3-card readings. You don't have to choose a pile, but you can. Some people just like viewing them all at once and allowing their intuition to pick up as needed. Let me mention my sister-in-law here at this point, who donated this particular crystal to the pile, this beautiful crystal. Remember that these are general readings and don't make life-altering decisions or choices based on this or any other video. Pick a card, and remember, you are the master of your universe. Oh, and we have a volunteer, and the creator of your destiny. If you'd like a reading from me, look for that info in the description, not in the comments of this video. You can usually find me on Keen, which is a service that I use. You can get 3 free minutes from that by clicking from Keen, by clicking here. And then once you reach me, you can get more free minutes. If you can't reach me, you still can talk to any of the other wonderful advisors there on Keen. I know several of them that are very, very good. Yeah. Please do like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in more content like this. Hit that notification bell if you want to see more of me, if you want to come here. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have that. Let's see. I'm going to do your Magical Empowerment card later. And so this is the card topper for that pile. And like I said, you don't have to choose a pile or a card topper, but you can. This one is my pendulum, my tiger eye pendulum. Okay, we're just going to make it simple. We're going to call this the moon jar, the pendulum, the blue rock, and the peacock. Okay. I wanted to be dramatic, so let's hope this works out. Okay, so if you need more time to go ahead and figure out which pile you're interested in, just keep watching the video and do them all and let your intuition follow. But if you want to pick a pile and you need more time, you can go ahead and pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to start with the moon jar, okay? And before we actually get started, we'll go ahead and draw your magical magical times empowerment cards. I want you to know that I do quite a bit to prepare for this for you guys. And I appreciate that you're here, and I'm going to continue being here for you as long as you're here for me. So that's my intention. Your magical empowerment card, let's start with that one. Expectation. Be open for whatever comes next. It might be the music your heart's been waiting to hear. Okay, let's see what else you have. The Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. We don't do reverses here. Okay, the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. So first of all, with this Eight of Swords, what I want you to realize is this is almost self-imposed most of the time. If it's not exactly self-imposed imprisonment, then it's something that you can certainly definitely see your way out of, given a chance, okay? With the Six of Pentacles, we have something where we'll start at we started in the middle, but because that looks kind of scary, and I want to start at the beginning. And let's remember these expectations. Be open for whatever comes next. It might be just the music your heart's been waiting for. I want to mention too, expectations can cause us a lot of difficulties, especially if we're expecting things to go a certain way and they don't. It can really be painful sometimes. So this is really about, it's a positive way to say, let go of those expectations and be open for whatever else might be on its way to you. Now, given that with the Six of Pentacles, I want to say, well, let's just look at this picture. You see somebody that's giving gifts. I kind of want to look this up because this is, a different deck than I'm used to using. And for me, the Six of Pentacles is a good balance of resources, especially when it comes to kachinga, your money, or your, well, let me focus on finding my page. This is the book I'm looking at. It came with the deck. And I did not bring my glasses, my little reading glasses, so you're just going to have to bear with me. Not very big book. Here we go. There's cups. There's swords. Here we go. We're getting warmer. Here's pentacles. It's all about the money. Maybe you've had a stream of good luck and you're rolling in it and relishing this newfound wealth, but be generous, but also careful not to fall into bad spending habits. Or maybe you're struggling and dependent on others for revenue. You should see a good windfall soon. Use it wisely. Either way, be conscious of your attitude toward money and be wary you're not supporting mentally unhealthy habits. So basically with these two cards and your expectation card, what I'm seeing here is that make sure you're open to these gifts. They may not come as cold hard cash. They might not even come as Bitcoin. They might come as information as to where to invest your money, or it might come as it's definitely coming as a gift, and it's definitely a good thing. So be open to what gifts you might be receiving, and don't look a gift horse in the mouth. What I mean by that is is if somebody gives you something, pay attention to what it is before you throw it out and say that's not what I wanted. Okay, so then we have the Ten of Wands, and that is you actually coming into your own and realizing that you can handle all these energies. You can handle all these things, all these projects, all these things. It might be a lot to handle, but you've got this. So you're going to come out of this. It looks like you're going to receive a gift of some kind. Now that, like I said, be open. This might not be as cut and dry as what you might normally see as like somebody actually handing you a present, but it could be. So stay open, guys. Okay, don't forget to stay till the end because we are doing charms at the end. That will enhance your reading a bit. All right, let's move on. We're going to move on to the Pentacle, Pendulum. Wonderful. You have the Sun. Oh my goodness. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Buy a lottery ticket. That's what I have to say. This is just a really good day. I would say that if you picked this one, and even if you didn't, look forward to having something come where you just really see how things are. You're going to be, all is revealed when the sun is out. Also, when I see the sun, it's also just a really bright, beautiful, you see the sunflowers. It's a really good place to just be, you know. With the Wheel of Fortune coming in, next to the sun and in between the sun and the Ace of Pentacles, I would say you've got some good karma coming your way. You've done something in your past or in your future that has warranted a nice sweet spot for you. So be looking for that Ace of Pentacles to come your way. It could even be a gift of money, but more than likely in this particular instance, this is all about enjoying the peace of a beautiful afternoon. Okay, possibly with someone that you love and care about. Again, stay tuned at the end because we are going to do some charms, and we'll see. That should enhance your reading just a little bit. And that was kind of a fun one. That was just out of this world, right? So now let's do the blue rock. If you chose the blue rock, we have the Four of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Okay, this is cool. This is not bad. I know. A lot of times when I read for people in person, they're very nervous. Sometimes I think that sometimes it's because they're worried that what they're going to hear is not good news. In fact, one of my dear clients, I sent her a text the other day and I said, it's time for a reading. And mainly it was because I was feeling ready and I was feeling healthy and feeling like I had the energy to do so. But it scared her because she thought, oh no, she knows something that I need to know right now. And it might not be good news. But no, that wasn't it at all. So, so don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. That was the whole point of that story. Okay, so with the Four of Wands here, the Four of Wands is a real foundation card. It's really basically about building a foundation, and sometimes that's in relationship and sometimes it's otherwise. Now we have the Nine of Wands. Oh, we didn't do your Magical Times card. Let's do that before we get going because it can really kind of set the intention of the reading. Okay. Prosperity. Prosperity. That's a good one. Let's read it. Focus on the positive and more good will come. Give thanks for blessings and they will multiply. Prosperity begins in the mind. Okay. So with the Nine of Wands, this is kind of a defensive pose. It's kind of a like you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're getting things ready to go. But you're just kind of having to protect things right at this moment. With this particular card, the Four of Swords, I think it's interesting that you have two fours here, and that puts a really positive spin on this reading. Even though you see that this woman here in her, or this person here in her bed, is having these swords point down at her, it looks like she might be having a bad dream, a nightmare. If you're having trouble staying up at night because you're thinking about whatever it is, whatever this project is, these energies that you've been working on, you've built the foundation, you're getting ready to go. Prosperity is going to be an answer for you. With 2 4s, even though this one seems like it's kind of a negative card. In fact, let's read it. It's not, especially as it's a 4 with another 4 on the, okay, 4 of Swords. Again, we're going to check out this little guide here that came with the deck. And it says that the 4 of Swords, the struggle is real and you're goddamn exhausted. I don't usually say that word. I'm reading. I do say that word sometimes. I shouldn't. You've been putting time and energy fully into all outer aspects of your life, like friends, relationships, your job, and you've forgotten to care for yourself. Take a nap. Take a nap. Take a nap. Things are going to look better when you wake up. That sounds good. That sounds really good. Okay. Be sure to stay tuned for the charms because that will enhance your reading. We're going to do the charms at the end. I will have timestamps so you can skip to that if you would like to do that. Next, we are going to read, if you chose the Peacock, we will read the Peacock. Let's get you a Magical Times card. Rebirth. Ooh. Ooh, I love the Rebirth card. It's almost like a mulligan. Have y'all heard of mulligan? Please tell me if you've heard of mulligan and you know what that means. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. List that in the comments below because I always heard it meant do-over. Look, you've got the Magician. Judgment. I gasped. Oh, the Star. Oh, my goodness. And Rebirth. This is really wonderful. Okay. Really, really wonderful. The Magician, the Judgment, the Star, and Rebirth. Let's read about Rebirth here. No matter what happens, you can find new wings. Rise from the past. Accept the positive charge that is coming. That positive charge is coming with the Star. Okay, with the Magician, I want you to know that you have everything you need to get going. Whenever I see the Magician card, I think of MacGyver, the TV show. And if you don't know what that is, I guess Google it. MacGyver was this guy, and he could, if he needed to make a ladder, he could make it out of toothpicks, or a toothpick and a piece of gum. If he needed to make a bomb, he could make it out of something under the kitchen sink. In other words, he always was able to be resourceful and to resource what he needed to do what he needed to do. Okay. Now, I want to skip the Judgment here for just a minute because I want to move over to the Star, because the Star, for me, the nickname for the Star is the Star of Hope, which was actually a homeless shelter in Houston that's done a lot of good for a lot of people, including me and my family. Hope. Hope is the name of the game when you have this card. And then you have Rebirth here. Now let's go back to Judgment. When I see the Judgment card, especially with these 2 cards on either side, I'm thinking that you need to be very careful about being too judgmental, about, especially of others, but more importantly, to not be too harsh on yourself. Because oftentimes, if you're a person that is that does judge harshly, then you are your worst critic. You judge yourself more harshly than anybody else, and that can be to a fault. Of course, it's always good to keep our well, that's your reading. That's what you got. That's what you got. Okay, if we were like in person or on the phone, we would be clarifying and asking questions and doing all kinds of stuff. But what I want you to know right now is you've got a mulligan. Whatever happens, you've got this basically. Okay, But if it feels like you've messed up recently and you don't think you can come back from it, you can. Not only that, but you might come back even better and further ahead than you were. Okay, I'm excited because it's time to do the charms. We're kind of moving kind of fast today. I don't know what that's about, but oh well. Oh well. Let's go ahead and get the charms out. Let's see what we have here. I like to call this part our focus heart. Here's the bowl of charms. Oh, that cameo. I'm going to pull that one out. There's a frame that goes to that cameo, and it needs to be put back in its frame, which it might actually be in here. So right now I'm just mixing them up. Making sure I pull from the bottom to the top and just kind of get it real mixy, okay? Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my head and I'm going to mix and go ahead and throw some charms down, and that should enhance the reading that you've gotten thus far. The charms are much more general because I am doing them as like for everyone. Excuse my sniffling, I do have a lot of allergies. Okay, we have a little piece of money here. We have the number 3. This, I'm not real sure what this actually is, but it's always represented the big virus to me, okay? The great sick, the big sick. What else do we have? Having a hard time turning this over. I think it's a flag. It's a book. Okay, and on the inside, and we're going to go over this, we have a rocking horse. We have the Arabian Nights. Arabian Nights. A screwdriver. An earring. A sword or a knife. A cameo. The moon. And what is the moon saying here? Yes. The answer is yes. And we have a pencil that's kind of on and off the heart. Let's see. Butterfly or moth. Okay. So this is where your focus is going to be, are the things that are here in the focus portion of this. We have tools that you need. We have a moth. We have the answer yes coming from the moon. So if you were thinking about a question, the answer is going to be yes. With the rocking horse, we're talking about especially with the mother and the rocking horse, or the cameo. And the rocking horse, that is a mother cameo, and that was a gift for me from one of my daughters for Mother's Day, I do believe. And so this really just has to do with nurturing your child self, or nurturing your children if you have children. But nurturing your child self, when you nurture your children, we do nurture our child selves as we nurture our children. But it's also important that we take aside and remember ourselves as children, and grow from that. Okay. What else do we have? This is actually a doll earring. So I'm not sure what to say about that. But I am going to go on to the moth. And the moth is letting me know. The moth is often from the other side. So sometimes when I see a moth, and it could also be a butterfly, but I do think that of this as a moth. Sometimes it has to do with mysteries, but I really do feel like in this case, I want you to think of someone that you love that has passed on, and think that it's very possible that they may be wanting to get a message to you. Now, I will tell you that oftentimes those messages are often very much the same from our loved ones from across the way, and that message is that it's going to be okay. If I'm serious, that's oftentimes that is what they say. More often than not, it's not what you think. It's better than you think. It's going to be okay. Don't worry. This little pencil actually came from a teachers union. So let's leave that at that, as a teachers union. I just want to tell everybody and invest in our teachers. With money, it's about watching your money. With books, it's about arming yourself with knowledge, with the right kind of information that you need in order to traverse things that are coming up. And it looks like to me, according to this, it's not something that we need to focus on, but I'm trying to think of what COVID. I was trying to think of the word COVID. Or Omicron, or whatever we're talking about. It's not the main focus of our lives anymore, obviously, but this is not something that's going away completely anytime soon. Since we have two books, it's about knowledge, but one of these books is fiction, and it's not only fiction, it's wild fiction. If you haven't read The Arabian Nights, it's quite a read, and you might ought to think about doing it. And that may be very well while the purpose of this book is here, but it's talking about read something. When we read fiction, it helps to increase our compassion, honestly. With the knife here, this is about truth. Speaking your truth, telling the truth, seeing the truth. Okay, so all in all, let's look. The number 3 may be important to you in some way. It may be a date on the calendar. It may be something else. But it's also a really good number, meaning unity, meaning coming together. It can also, the Trinity, the Holy Trinity. You can think of it that way. So altogether, what I'm looking at here is for you to have hope, to nurture your inner child. Maybe read your inner child a fantastical book. Take care of your money situation, and stay focused on truth. Know the answer can often be yes. You have the tools that you need. Go ahead and dress up and go out, and know that your loved ones know, and want to let you know, your loved ones that have passed, that it's all going to be okay. Okay? So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing this moment in time with me. I appreciate you very much. Again, like and subscribe if you like this video. Hit that notification bell if you want to see more content like this. Let me know if you like the charms. Love you guys. See you next time.